Welcome, my dear students, for the grade 11 ICT lesson of St. Peter's College, Colombo Nigamu branch. Right, today I'm going to discuss with you HTML. Right, let's see what is HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Right, HTML. It's used in short form we call HTML, Hypertext Markup Language. Right. Now, and HTML describes the structure of the web page. Web pages are the, the how to display the HTML. Web page is the guide by the web browser through the HTML and web pages. And HTML consists a series of elements. We will discuss later what is elements. For the moment, you have an idea. It's a collection of elements. And next, HTML tells the browser how to display the content. In a web page, a lot of things are contained. A lot of the text, images, videos, audios, like a lot of things. And HTML is the one to guide or tells the browser how to display all those things. Clear? Right. Then HTML elements are represented by tags. And another thing, HTML has elements, consist of elements, and elements are represented by tags. We'll see later what are tags, what are HTML elements, those things in detail. And then it says HTML text label pieces of content such as headings, paragraphs, tables. I told you earlier also text, images, audios, videos, right? Those are the things. And another important thing, browser does not display the HTML text but use them to render the content of the page. It is important. HTML browser does not display the HTML text, right? We'll see later how it displays them, how it guide the web page or web browser. Okay. Features of HTML. Commands in HTML are called HTML code, right? We call HTML code. HTML text should be in angular brackets. I told you earlier slide I told you HTML is contained of tags. Elements are contained of tags, and all the tags must be within the angle brackets. Here, angular brackets. It should be in the angular brackets. Another thing, tags are not case sensitive. That means either capital or simple or the lowercase, uppercase, combination of uppercase and the lowercase doesn't matter. Not case sensitive. Very important. It does not displays the error messages. In lesson chapter 1 we learn about the programming language. What's about the programming and programming languages, programs are displayed, they returns the error messages, right? Pascal programs returns the error messages, but HTML tags are not display or return the error message. It shows what you type, and according to the tags it display on the web browser. It does not give any error message. And the HTML has three parts of tag. HTML tag has three parts. What are those three parts? This is the element, the font face equals color equal blue, and I am a student. Right. We'll see what are those parts. We identify those three parts. Right. Font is the element. Clear? Font is the element and it has the attribute. Font element can have so many attributes and face is one of the attribute and there is another attribute, colors. Right? And each attribute has its values. Each attribute has its values. Each attribute value should be within the double quotes, right? Clear? It's important. It should be in the double quotes and each attribute has its own value. Font is the element and font face is the attribute and Skolapata is a element, value. Color is another attribute and blue is a value, color value. Face value is the Skolapata, color value is the blue. I hope you understand. Right. Elements start. HTML text start with your element, font element, and after the text you must give the font close tag. This is called on tag and this is called off tag. We'll discuss about these things in next slides. Right. HTML elements. An element is usually consists of start tag and the end tag. Start tag and the end tag. I told you the previous slide. This is the start tag. This is the end tag. HTML element usually consists of start tag and the end tag within the content instead of the within. Okay, then here tag name and here also the tag name. Font in previous slide, this is the tag name, font is the tag name and here also the tag name. Right. The HTML element is everything from the start tag and the end tag. In previous slide, sorry. This is the start tag, this is the end tag, this is the text that should display on your web browser. I am a student. These tags should be in between the start tag and the end tag. Then, what is next? It says HTML elements with no content are called empty elements. Some of the HTML elements tags does not contain any text or content. Those are called empty elements. Right? Empty elements do not have end tag. It is important. Empty elements do not have their end tag, but it has on tag. Clear? On tag, only the on tag, empty elements. As an example, we can take the BR tag. It is a empty tag. It does not contain any elements or any text. It does not has off tag. And HTML attributes. Right. All HTML elements can have attributes. All the HTML elements will have the attributes. Attributes provide additional information about the tag. In previous example, this is the element. Here, this is the font is the element. Face is the attribute. Face is giving the extra bit of information about this font tag. And color is the extra information about the font tag. Attributes provide additional information. Attributes are always specified the start tag. It's important. Here, attributes are inside the start tag, not on the end tag. Attributes, all the attributes, face, color, and if you use another more attributes, you have to use it within the on tag or start tag, not the end tag. All the attributes should be within the start tag. Right. The next says attributes usually comes in the name and value pair. Name and the value pair. Like in previous example, name is the face and the value is scholar weather. The second attribute is used on the previous example. Color. What is the color value? Blue. Yeah. Color is an attribute and it comes with the pair, it's the value. Blue is the value, and keep in mind color value, attribute values are within the double quotes. Right, then we move to the structure of the HTML document. Basically, HTML document has two parts, the head part and the body part. Normal web browser, the web content is the body part. What we access or most data will be data and information contained on the body part. HTML header, document header part contains about the document information. And header also you can use another tag, you use a title, and the body, all the other tags, elements, all are contained on the body, in between the body tag. Here I have given you start tag is the HTML, end tag HTML, then head. In between the head tag you can use the title, and after the heading you can start the body tag. Right. Then we see how to save the HTML file. Okay. Before we move to that, first you must first type the HTML document. What are the things what you can use for typing for HTML document? Simply, all the text editors on your computer, any text editor you can use. I advise you to first practice with the notepad. It gives a lot of experience about the HTML text, right? My advice is to use for the notepad for typing these HTML codes or HTML tags. Right, open your notepad file and type the HTML code and go to the save file and save as. When you save in your HTML code, use the normally when we are saving a Word document or a PowerPoint or any other file, you must give a file name. Same. Go to the file, save as, give the file name, then the save as dialog box appear. Now you can type your file name. After the file name, very important, you must give the file extension. That means dot after your file name dot html or htm. sorry. There are two file extensions. Either one you can use it. HTML or htm. Right. Then how to open a HTML document? After you save your HTML document in your folder or where you want to save your HTML document in on the computer, if you correctly save your file, it saves with the default in your computer default web browser icon. Clear? Either Chrome, Internet Explorer or Firefox. Opera, any of your computer's default web browser icon, it will be saved, and you have to just double click on that file, then it will display on your computer with your relevant web browser. It is very easy. You can check whether your file is properly saved by looking at the folder. If you properly save your file, it definitely is saved with the default web browser icon. To open that, so many options. I have just mentioned some. Double click on the icon, select the file and press the enter key, or right click and open. So many options are available. Either one, or anyone you can use it. Right. This is how the HTML document. Here I have given you a sample HTML document within. I have typed with using the notepad, and here is the output of the default web browser with that document. Here you will see I have started with that notepad file with the HTML and header, and then title. After the HTML, head. What is the title of my HTML document? Page title, and after the title, given the title, this is the title on tag, and here this is the title off tag. Within the title on and off tag, you will type the text. After the title close, you have to close the HTML head. Then you can move to the body part of the document, your HTML document. Within the body part, you can type what will be in your content of the web browser. Here, I have given some notice where it display in your web page browser, that means browser page, and the notepad page where you will type those text. Right. Title. Page title is displayed on the top of the. You can see the page title displayed on the top of the page, and here after the header part, previously we discussed the body part. Body is the main part of the HTML document. Start with the body part, and these texts we will discuss later. For the moment, you have an idea. In the body part, my first heading, it will be displayed on the browser body part. Here, my first heading, and I have given start with it is my heading, and the paragraph, P tag is for paragraph. We will discuss those things. My first paragraph, that means my first paragraph. After the heading, I have given my first paragraph. After that, I have closed the body tag, and then finally the HTML tag. All the off tags start with the / and the same tag name. H1, P / P. HTML, that in our previous example, the HTML element is the root element of the HTML page. In this slide, we will discuss about the tags on our previous HTML page. HTML element is the root of the element of the HTML page. Then the head element consists the information about the document. That means header part on this. This header part is contain about the document information, page name, those things. Then the title element specify the title of the document. That means in this example, title, page title here, what you display on your web browser page. Once you open that HTML document, what should be displayed on the browser page? Title. Then the body. The body element consists the visible page content. Important. Body. This is the content, visible part of the what here. In between the body tags, what you type, it display on the visibility. What the others can see on your web page or web browser. Then H1 element defines the large heading. Headings, you can use H1 up to H1 to H6. H1 is the biggest size of, that means larger size of the heading, and up you can use up to H1 to H6, H1, H2, H3, H4 likewise. Then P element, that means it defines the new paragraph in your document. In this example, I have given on one sentence, that means that's why it's stop there. When you're starting a new paragraph, you have to use the P tag, my first paragraph. Right, these are some tags you can use in your HTML document. Tags and the each tag name. These are the tag names and the description about the tags. All the tags we will not discuss, but most important that means usually used tags we will discuss on this lesson. There are so many different tags, and here it shows H1 to H6. I have told you previously also. Defines the HTML headings. For that, H1 to H6. These are another set of tags and describes each and every tag about tag. Another set of tags. Right. Now you have to get an idea about the HTML better. Not better, you must type HTML codes and get the experience of how to display each and every HTML page or HTML document. For that, I have given some examples. You just open your notepad and your computers, open your notepad and type those document text and save it with the file name and the file extension, and you can see or you can get the experience how it displays. Here in my first example, I have used the header tag, how to display headers in your web browser pages. Right. Use the notepad for typing, give the file name as you wish, and you will see the difference between H1 to H6. Here, heading and it displays how you can see the changes of the H1 to H6. H1 shows the large text size and H6 gradually decrease your text size of your headings. Then the second example is about the paragraph, P tag. Right? I told you in previous example, P tag is used for paragraph. Here, so many different categories of text alignments I have typed, and you can see how it displays differently in your web browser page. Here, P, this is a paragraph, and P, this is another paragraph, and first line I have start with the P tag, and I have closed that P tag, and then start the new paragraph start with the P tag, and this is another paragraph, and it also close off tag, and start a new paragraph, and I have typed, you can type it in your notepad also same as it is. This paragraph contains lot line in the source code, but the browser ignored it. Let's see. First line, in my third paragraph, first line I have just typed in your notepad, in my notepad, this paragraph, and next line I have typed consists lot of lines, and third line in the source code, fourth line, but the browser, and the last line ignores it. But in the browser page, it taken as a single sentence or single line. This paragraph consists lot of lines in source code, but the browser ignored it. Why it happened? I have typed it in so many different lines, but browser it displays on a single line. What has happened? I have typed using you can type in this pattern by using a enter key. Normally we already know you can move your cursor to the next line by pressing enter key, but if you press your enter key and move your cursor to the next line, you can move your cursor to the next line by pressing the enter key, but it is not displayed on the browser page. On the next line, it used the same line. That's why it is very important. You must identify where we have to, what are the tags we have to use for move your text, move your cursor to the next line, those things. Right, then the next paragraph, this paragraph consists lot of spaces in the source code, but the browser ignored it. Clear? If you are put so many spaces, the browser will not take on those things. This is Now we come how to move your cursor to the next line. In this last line, I have typed it on a single line, but start with the P tag. This is then another tag I have opened. What is that? BR. A paragraph, again BR, within line break. With line break. Then I have closed the P tag, that means paragraph tag. What has happened? This is. Then line break, BR tag, it does not contain any data or any text, but it is an empty tag. It does not has, BR tag does not has an off tag, only a on tag. It move your cursor, this is, move your cursor to the next line. If you want to move your cursor into the next line, that means definitely you must use the BR tag. A paragraph, then again BR tag. A paragraph, again BR tag with line breaks. Finally, the last part. Right, some more elements, some more tags. In third example, this text is bold. This text is bold. Clear? Strong. This text is strong. This text is strong. Little bit dark. In bold, we already know word also we use bold, text bolding, and this text is strong. Little bit similar to the bold, right? And then this text is italic, right? If you want to show your text in italic mode, the tag is used for I. And once you close that, when you want to end your italic text, use the close I tag. And here, this text is bold, close here bold tag. This text text is strong, close the strong tag. This text is italic. Here you will start the italic text and end with the italic text. Emphasize. This text is emphasized. It shows differently in the normal text. Emphasize. This text is emphasized. Then you come to the H2. Previously we used H1 tag, now we use H2. HTML, small. That means text were displayed on small in size. Once you end the small text, end with the small tag. And formatting. H2 tag is closed here. And here another example, header 2 tag, HTML, mark. Here, mark, formatting, H2. You can specifically mark your text using the mark tag. Then I have start the P tag. My favorite color is Dell. What is that? Blue and red. What has happened? What you display on this? My favorite color is blue, red. My favorite color is blue, red. My favorite color, blue, red. Clear? Let's see. My favorite color is red. What's that? Color. What has happened to this word color? Right? It is underlined. Did you see? My favorite color. Then in the next paragraph, this is we call subscribe. Right? This is used when you were writing scientific notation H2O, right? H2SO4, likewise. The text under the normal line, subscribe. Text, then after the text also. You should write within the sub element what you want to subscribe. Then the next paragraph, this is superscript text. We call superscript. Third, fourth, first, right? ST, RD, TH, right? This is superscript text. Right, next example, it's about the P tag, and this is a very important text. This is important tag. P tag with the AHREF. That means reference your pages. In this example, I have given a reference to our college website. You can give any reference to your within your web page to other web pages. If you build your own web page, and you can give the reference to another web page by using this AHREF tag. What's that? AHREF equal, A is the anchor tag and it is an element, and I have told you in previous slides, each element must have a value. Clear? The href element has the value of the link of our college website, stpetersnigambu.branch.lk. This is the element value of our element value. This is the value, anchor tag. And after that, I have closed the anchor tag here, A anchor tag. I have closed that open anchor tag and visit my school. That is here when you open it on the browser page, visit my school. This is the text you will display on your browser. Is it? I hope you understood. And then I have closed the anchor tag and the pin tag also. The visit my school is the text that you will display on the web browser. These are not displayed on your browser page. It's very important. HTML, previously also I have told, tags are not displayed on your web browsers. The text only the displayed on your web browsers. The element values or element or tags were not displayed on your web browsers. All those are not displayed. Visit my school is only text that you are displayed on your web browser. Right. Using that method, now I am going to teach you, now I am going to show you how to connect different pages. Sorry. In a web page, it does not contain a single page. It's a combination. Website means a combination of web pages. That means any of the website has so many different pages. For example, in our college website also has so many different pages. How those pages were linked? We will see how to link those pages using the anchor tag. Here, my first page, that means home page, I have created 3 pages. You can also try this. You can create different pages in your document and see how it connected. Right. 3 pages. I have created 3 pages. First one home page, then the page 1 and page 2. Homepage.html, page 1 HTML, page 2 HTML. And in home page I have given 2 links to the page 1 and page 2. A href, page 1 HTML, page name, or you must give the page name where you were saved with the page 1 and page 1. Keep in mind, when you were saving your page with the lowercase letters, same as it is, you should display, type on here. If you are change those 2 names, you will not get the correct result. Page 2, as it is, same. Right, ahref, page 1, go to first page and close the anchor tag. Ahref, page 2, go to the second page. In my home page, I have included these 2 anchor tags. Then in my page 1, another 2 were included. Ahref, home page, and I am now in page 1, given the page 2 anchor tag using a page 2, page 2 home page and the page 1. Now, when you open the home page, you are given 2 links to page 1 or page 2. Either one. If you want to go page 1, click on this is the message you are displayed on the browser. When you click on that, you can go to the page 1. When you click on the second page link, you will go to the page 2. And here also page 1, you will go to the home page, then you can move to the home page or to the second page. Within the page 2, you can go to the home page or page 1. You just try it, then you will get the result. Right, then the example 5, tables. Okay. We'll see on this example, we'll see on that how to create a table on HTML. The table tag is used to create the table and table has a border, the outline. It shows the table is the tag and the border is the attribute, and the attribute has the value. Then I have this is the structure of the basic structure of the HTML table. First name, first start the table row, that means tr tag, table header th, first name, then it close the first heading, and then second one, second row, last name, and the third row, first column, first name, second column, last name, then the age. Then close the first row, tr tag, open tr tag, then the close tr tag, th is the table header, first name, last name, age, first name, last name, age. Close the first row, then start with the second row, and within the second row you can include the text. TD, table data, first name of Amal, here first name it comes under the first name Amal, and the last name it comes under the last name Silva, and the age. Then the third row, as it is, first name and the last name Jayasuriya, and the age is 44. Then the third row, Jagat and the Silva 80, age is 80. Once you close that last row, then you close the table tag. Right? When you type it correctly, you will get the correct result. Sorry. Right. This is we call a span, table span. Here, the span 2 columns. In here, these 2 columns were spanned into one in the telephone. Right? These 2 columns were spanned into one column in the header. Same. If you were get a correct, if you were understood correctly, you will get a. It is not difficult. Table border equal to same name th name, and here I want to span 2 columns. Then call span equal to, and the content of that call span is the telephone. Then I close the th tag. Then I have closed the tr name. Here close the th, open th close. Then open another th, call spam. That means 2 columns were spammed into one column. Number of columns that you want to spam is the 2. Then the text, close th and close the tr tag. Then open the second row, tr, td, table data, St. Peter's College, Kalamfuri branch. Then I have spammed 2 columns, but in the first row, in second row I have given 2 columns and put the 2 telephone numbers onto that table. First TD tag, then close the TD, then second TD tag, close it, and then close the TR tag. Second row also close. Then close the table. Close my table. Same way we can spam rows. In this example shows how to spam rows. Here I have started the table border equal to tr, here tr name th is the table header, header data name, and close that th, then start the td tag, St. Peter's College, 4 branch. Here, that is the data. Then TR tag, second row, I have start the second row, and second row I span two rows. Row span. Here, two rows were spam into one number of rows. If you want to spam 3 rows, you have to put 3. I want to spam 2 rows, that's why I put number 2. Telephone. Then close the TH. And first, those 2 rows were spam, and move to the second column and put the data TD. Not 31 223697795. Then the second row, second column data, and I have closed the second row, second column data. That's why second row finished. That's why I have closed the TR in here. After this telephone number, my second row must be closed. Then that's why I use the close TR tag. Then to put this data, I must start the third row, but in first column there is no third row. These 2 rows were merged into one row. Then I start the third row with this number, then TD, and put this number 2236796, and sorry, in here. Then I have closed the third row also, and after that the table. These are some attributes of the table. Under the table, you can use this table in your textbooks also. You can refer that refer your textbooks also to get the idea. It shows for what we use these tags. Not the tags, attributes. BG color, alignment, width, height, border color, background color, cell padding, cell space. I will explain these two about. Show the gap between cell border and its content. Value is indicate the number of pixels. Here, cell padding, gap between cell border and its content. Here, I can show you the gap between the cell border and the text. Here, border to text. You can see the lines of each cell to line to text, gap between the line to text. Here, cell spacing means shows the gap between cells. In this table, you are not you will see a small gap, but if you were put cell spacing value, you can increase this small gap by introducing the cell spacing. Right, now we move to another important part of our HTML list. In HTML there are 3 types of list: ordered list, unordered list, definition list. Right? We will see first ordered list. Ordered list tag is OL, and each list item will indicate by the LI tag, and after each item you will close the list item LI tag. This is the output of this sample HTML code in how to display on this browser. First, I put ordered list, coffee, tea, milk, and after that, closing that ordered list, I start another ordered list, but type equal 1. What is the difference? Can you see any difference between those two? Actually no, same. But you can see the difference in these two lists. Here type equal 1, type equal A, capital A. The type of order list OL tag type is a value and value attribute sorry, type is attribute and attribute value is the capital A. Here attribute value type attribute value is the number 1. Here capital numbers and here letters. List items were labeled as capital letters. Start with this one. Number 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. A, B, C. No need to indicate each and every one. You can start at the start. You can specify which type of ordered list, numbered list or letters. Here in here I have not put any type, but computer or HTML default taken as the numbered list when you use the ordered list. If you are using an ordered list, HTML default getting the numbered ordered list. That's why it indicates the numbers. If you want another type, that means you have to specifically say the type. Here type numbered list. Here type capital letters. Sorry. Capital letters. Here type is simple letters. Simple letters. Coffee, tea, milk. Type or ordered list type. Capital I. What's that? It shows the Roman numbers in capital. Capital I means Roman numbers in capital letters. Simple I, Roman numbers in simple letters. And here ordered list start equal 50. What's that? Here you can change the starting value. If you want to start with not from the 1, you can start from the middle number. That's why you have to specifically say start value, start 50. Then you will start with the 50, 51, 52. Right, then the nested list. Coffee number 1, tea number 2, black tea under the 2 there are 2 more sub lists. Black tea, green tea and number 3 milk. Here ordered list, coffee. First item is the coffee. Number 1. I have not given any type. That's why it's start with the number 1. Coffee. The first list item coffee. Then the second list item tea. Then I have started under that list item. I have started another OL tag. That's why it is nested list. It's called nested list. OL tag and black tea and its closed list item, and the second item is green tea. Then this is the close of this OL tag. That means under that when you start a OL tag here and after it close here, OL close, then the third list item milk and close the OL tag. Here this OL tag close one is here. This is the close of this OL tag. Right. I told you there are 3 types of list. Now we'll in this slide I will discuss with you the unordered list. There is no order, not specific order in this type of list. Unordered list, UL tag. And unordered list also default it take the value with the what's disk. Unordered list HTML default value is the disk icon, and if you are not given any type, default taken the disk as the unordered icon. You can change the unordered icon disk, circle or square. And also without any icon you can use unordered UL type equal none. Here doesn't have any icon. Without an icon you can want to display a list, that means you have to specifically say type equal none. Other things are same as the ordered list. Type equal disk, you display the disk. If you are using a type equal circle, that means only the circle icon. If you want to use this square, type equal unordered list icon, type equal square. Right, definition list. In definition list, definition there are it is little bit different from ordered list and the unordered list. Ordered definition list will start with the DL tag and then the definition term coffee and close the D definition term, and DD tag describes the definition term. DD definition describe the definition term black hot drink. Coffee describe black hot drink. Definition second definition term is milk. The definition data white cold drink. White cold drink, and close your DL tag after including all the definition terms and definition data. Right. Our next example is about the colors. There are two methods for setting colors on HTML page: color name and the hexadecimal values. In this example, I show you both color value, color name and the hexadecimal value. In this output page, I have put a background color in different background color. In previous examples, just only the white background, that means no background color. In here, there is a background color where you can apply background color. Right. In body tag, you can set the background color bead using the attribute BG color and equal with that here the hexadecimal value. Hexadecimal values mean you already know RGB, hexadecimal RGB value, that means red, green and blue. Each color get the chance to get two values. one is for red, FF is for green, C is for blue. In this example, you can change the hexadecimal values from 0 to F. That means here the red value can be changed into 0 to FF. Same way, green value can be changed from 0 to FF, and blue value can be changed into 0 to FF. This is the color that represented by this hexadecimal value. When you are using a hexadecimal value, keep in mind definitely you must put the hash sign with before the hexadecimal value. Right. And also here, change the header. Header 1, font face. Font is the tag, and we already discussed face is the attribute, and attribute value is the Arial. It should be included in the double quotes. And the color, the font color, you can set the color name navy, that means navy blue. St. Peter's College Column 4, that is the content Nigam branch, and close the font tag. After that I have to close the H1. In here it is better to practice lastly open tag is first close. When you are closing the tags, closing your tags, lastly open tag first close, and first open tag lastly close. H1 tag is finally I have closed. Font tag is the lastly open tag and it's closed first. I have closed it first. That is the practice of your web page, building your web pages. Font here, another tag I have put font face, Arial and color. It's a different way. You can put the name, color name or hexadecimal value. I have put the hexadecimal value of this. This is the hexadecimal value of this color. And navy is the color of this St. Peter's College text. Right. Sorry. Next example is to show how to include the image into your web page or HTML page. When you are inserting an image to your web page, keep in mind practice when you are save your HTML documents in a same folder, put the pictures into the same folder. Otherwise, you have to specifically set the path. It is easy to set the location by putting all the images into the same folder where you will save your HTML document. Right, ILG is the tag to use to include an image into your web page, HTML page, and SRC. Then you can put the image name following by the equal sign. When you include your image, it should be included with the image extension also, file extension also, pic.jpg. And ALT equals school. These things I explained. For the moment, you just go through. Width equal 400, height equal 200, align left, and border equal 2. This is for the first image. Image name src pic.jpg, that is the file name of this image. Alt, that's what is that? School. Alt attribute value will display when your image is not found in your thing. Accidentally missed the image name correctly. You are putting a wrong image name. Then it will display this text. Once the browser cannot once the browser cannot find the image, it will display this old text. Width and height is the size of the image, and the border alignment is the where should display align right, left, or where it should display on the image in your web browser. And I have aligned it to the left, and image border thickness by putting the pixels. I have put it as set as the pixel 2. Next example, I have put to get the experience of that purposely I have put the wrong image name, and you will display the school. In here, all text will be displayed. I have put the all text as school. That means browser cannot find that image. That means here browser cannot find this image, and it display the text on your old. Right. Thank you very much for listening to this lesson. And in this lesson, I have only discussed with you the HTML part, but in your textbooks, it gives some theory parts. I didn't include any theory part on this slideshow. I will discuss with you the theory parts on coming slides, on next slides, on the next lessons, and practice the HTML, type HTML code and practice yourself. Otherwise, you will not get an experience of this. When you type so many HTML code, then you will get the better experience and better idea in your exams, O level exams. Definitely, second paper you will get a whole question, that means 10 marks question from the HTML and MCQ questions, two or maybe 3 or 4 MCQ questions also. Then easily you can score 10 to 15 marks from the HTML this lesson. That's why I include the HTML lesson at the first. You will get, if you can type HTML codes on Notepad, it's better, and you will get the good experience about the HTML. And have a nice time. Thank you very much.